beautiful school.
What was your favorite class there?
And my favorite, I think it was English.
English? Who's your
Yeah.
teacher? Or what year?
Pardon?
Like what year? Freshman, sophomore? Or just all years?
All the 4 years.
So would you say...
I can remember Miss, God, she was a beautiful girl, woman. And anyway, she asked the class a question. I can always remember her asking the class a question. And I was the only one that raised my hand to answer it. And I got it correct. And she, in turn, replied, you can tell that, and she called me Joe. I was surprised. Joe went to St. Mary's. She was the only one in the class that knew the answer.
You were?
Pardon?
Did they call you Joe back then?
I was surprised that teacher called me Joe. Yeah,
Did you go by Josephine or Joe?
Josephine. Well, to my friends, I was always sister
Your sister.
or sis. Even to the Beauchamps today, they are Neil Doherty, they all call me Aunt Sis. Or Paul and John also call me Sis. They used to call me Sis.
Okay, Dylan, what other questions do you have for your
Who'd you live...
We did a lot of dancing.
A lot of dancing.
That was our recreation.
I don't think you heard it.
Right, Larry? Remember I told you?
I don't think you heard what he just asked for.
Who did you live with back then?
Oh, I lived with my mother and father and 3 other sisters and 2 brothers.
You were a twin, right?
Correct. And we, I can remember we fought a lot.
You would what?
We disagreed a lot,
Oh.
you know? And on Thanksgiving, I think Thanksgiving was my favorite holiday. It still is. We would everybody would gather and go to the Thanksgiving football game between Winchester and Woburn, okay? And then we'd come back and my mother, God bless her, would have dinner all prepared for us, big turkey. We'd eat in the dining room and it was nice. And they still play that football game between Winchester and Woburn every Thanksgiving. It was a big game.
The high school's still there?
Oh yeah.
No.
Didn't you see it? You didn't see it when you went back there?
I believe I did, but
You saw the elementary school, St. Mary's? Maybe you didn't see the high school.
maybe.
So who are your friends?
Who were my friends?
Yeah.
They're still my friends, and believe it or not, they're all still alive.
That's
There
because
was
of
Mary
dancing.
McGinn, Grace Donahue, Ann White, Winnie Flanagan, or Winnie O'Shea. I introduced Winnie to her husband, who was a lawyer.
Were they all Irish? All your girlfriends?
Yeah. I mean, in that area of New England, of Massachusetts, it's either, the majority of people were either Italian or Irish.
No English.
Are you,
What did I just say? They were either I never met I never saw a Mexican until I came to California. As a matter of fact, I never saw a black person until I went to work in Boston.
who's the best dancer of all of you?
I think I was a pretty good dancer.
You were pretty good.
I also met
Did you girls
my,
all
I
dance
also
together
met
at one
my
point?
first boyfriend, Eddie Cherry,
Yeah, a lot of boyfriends.
at the Bill Ricker dance.
Yeah, a lot of boyfriends.
And you're still in high school?
No, I was out of high school.
Were you at it?
I was about 19.
Still in your teenage
Still
years?
teenage. What kind of music did you enjoy?
Besides
Well,
big bands.
It was big band. That's what it was. I mean, I think the Beatles, that was in '63, changed the whole musical venues, or whatever you call them.
Well, big band dancing, probably they didn't have a lot of words, right? A lot of just
Oh,
music.
yeah.
Just music.
Of course. He says big band dancing didn't have
A lot of
a lot of
lyrics.
singing. Of course it did. All the music.
I didn't have any bands.
So from 1929, so you're until 1949, you're a teenager.
That's 20 years.
Your teenage years were in the 40s,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, and also 1941, World War II started, and I was in high school. I was in high school when Larry was out in the South Pacific being fighting the Japanese.
Yeah, he has his own story. We'll get to him.
Because everybody was fighting the Japanese, yeah.
Did you know much about the war?
Yeah, my brother Larry was in the war. He was stationed out in the South Pacific.
So you were a teenager when that was going on.
Yeah.
So you have to like do all the other stuff that people did at that time, like
We used to,
scavenge for. Not scavenge, but no, but salvage all the metals and things like that
exactly.
for the war.
So, who were your idols that you looked up to and like you appreciated?
During my teenage years?
Yeah.
My idol. I think Frank Sinatra came in about that time. Correct? Yeah, Frank Sinatra. Oh my God, the girls were crazy about him. The lines were long. And President Roosevelt, and he died. He died in 1945, I think. And that was a sad thing for the country. He died in office.
Speaking of presidents, who was the president during back then?
Who was the president?
Yeah.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
So did he die in office or?
What are you doing?
Just
is that?
It's wood cleaner.
It's what?
Wood cleaner?
Yeah, no.
No.
Please don't do that.
Okay.
What else? Is it ready?
What kind of chores did you do in your house?
Chores?
Yeah.
Well, my mother always said, you're gonna make, what was it? You're gonna make somebody a wonderful housewife. Because I was always cleaning. I would clean windows. That was my favorite chore. And I would even go out on the roof, stand on the roof. And I lived in a 2-story house, stand on the roof and clean the windows on the outside. That was my favorite chore, was cleaning windows.
What kind of dreams did you have after high school?
How many what?
What kind of dreams did you have
Dreams.
after high school?
You know what? After high school. I didn't have any dreams. I just let it, you know.
You just wanted to work and have fun.
Well, I was just saying to Ann yesterday, we just, yeah, we really enjoyed, you know, we enjoyed our lives back then. And life, I think, was slower, right? It was slower living. And we didn't have much. I mean, I used to take the bus everywhere, either the bus or the train, and a walk. We didn't own a car. And the transportation was pretty good. It was like right around the corner, right?
Did you have a garage?
Didn't have a garage.
Oh, you didn't? I
Uh-uh.
thought you were going to say, yeah, I had a garage, but no
No.
car.
No garage. And the house that I lived in is still standing today. My mother bought it. My parents came from Ireland, and they settled in South Boston. And that's where most of the Irish lived then, and they still live there today. They're very, what's the word I want?
Working class.
Would you please?
You asked.
I can't think of the word. Anyway, Southie was known as Southie, and they wouldn't let anybody else in unless you were Irish, right? Even when the blacks tried to integrate, you know,
Very
the
protectionist.
schools, they what?
Protectionist.
Yeah. And they put up a fight about that. The blacks finally won. I guess it's integrated today. But anyway, they moved out to Winchester, which was the Beverly Hills of Massachusetts. It still is. Very beautiful town.
So were you born in Winchester?
I was born in Winchester, born and raised.
Are you the first generation?
Mm-hmm.